Led Holmquist in company with Rita Justice at First State Lanes, and we are about to bring you the championship match in a child adult Scotch doubles, and that was the ball thrown by Jamie Campbell. This will be a father and son team. Wayne Campbell and his 9-year-old son Jamie against TV2's own Gary Trumbore. And what's that kid's name? What's that kid?
New kid on the block.
New kid on the block, Kermit Justice. He may be a new kid on the, oh my goodness. Rolling by the 8-pin. First off, let's set up our handicap in this match. Kermit,
Jamie,
go ahead, Rita.
Jamie and Wayne have a 52-pin handicap. Kermit and Gary have 15. So Jamie and Wayne have an advantage of 37 pins.
Young Kermit Justice. How old is Kermit now, Rita?
11.
11. Well, you just spouted that right off. Just like you know it.
Once in a while, remember?
Every year, I bet he reminds you. Here is Gary Trumbore. Gary covers the 1-3, 6, 9. Gets a big smile from his partner, Kermit. He's a ham. Look at him, looking right into the TV lens, and then he says, I'm ready.
He loves it. Interestingly enough, we won before, and that shirt, of all the shirts he had in his closet, he said, no, I'm going to wear this one. And I said, why? He said, because I won with it before.
Oh, you never forget when you win. Gary, of course, is the producer of TV2 tournament action. This TV2 child adult Scotch doubles, the qualifying competition held at First State Lanes. Well, after making a rather difficult spare, Gary rolls by the 4-7. Here is Jamie Campbell. Lots of energy going to the line, trying for a Brooklyn. Leaves the 5-pin for Dad. Let's see, Jamie, oh, I love this. He wants us to make sure that everybody knows he's single on our profile sheets. He scratched out married, wrote a great big S next to the word single. He's not about to get married for a while anyway. He's only 9 years old. Here is his dad, Wayne Campbell, and he edges out the 5-pin. We have a 25-pin differential in handicap?
37.
37 pins. So Gary and Kermit, they've got to bowl some.
They can't afford to go buy spares, that's for
No,
sure.
they can't. Jamie is a Bantam bowler. And he got interested in bowling because, of course, Mom and Dad like to bowl. He has a brother named after his father. Wayne Jr. is 19 years old. Daddy, well, he's slightly over 21. We won't mention how old he is. Going after the 6-10. He's got a Don Carter swing.
I was going to just comment on that. It's very unusual because of all the stress on the swing and the straight arm, and he does have the Don Carter stop and elbow. He would find a lot more revs if he would straighten that arm out.
You know, you get so interested in just watching him bowl, and there's a solid strike from the lefty. Kermit Justice pounds one in, and now Gary Trumbore is in the leadoff spot. Gary lets her fly, and he'll leave the 5-8 for Kermit to cover. We are just about midway through our title match. Jamie and Wayne coming from the 3rd spot in the competition, defeating Ray Artwell and Clarence Artwell in a TV2 roll-off to see who would go against Kermit and Gary in our championship match. Jamie Campbell, that bowling ball looks almost like it's as big as he is, and he has problems with it this time. Got the hard pin.
Lost the balance, and so the feet were ahead of the ball, and when that happens, it's trouble.
Well, he's been bowling 1 year. Average is right around 74. It's quite a difference. Kermit, of course, being the son of Rita Justice, and living in the bowling means he loves to bowl, though. And he's a good bowler. Average is right around 160. Difficult spare for Dad Wayne Campbell to try to pick up. And Kermit and Gary are eating into that handicap disadvantage. This one sticks,
I
and
think
again,
sticking on his thumb.
you know, it's not easy to be a 9-year-old out there bowling in TV competition.
Interestingly enough, talking with Jamie before the show, he said he really didn't care whether he won or lost, but he wanted to be on TV.
Well, he's getting his chance. And he leaves 6. TV2 tournament action. This is the championship match in a child adult Scotch doubles. Qualifying held at First Aid Lanes, and Gary Trumbore on the nose. And he's a little bit on the lucky side. He could have easily been looking at double pinochle. Gets a big smile from Kermit. Kermit just an all-around athlete. No sweat as he makes the 6-pin. And we will, well, we're going to hold it right here for a second and let Gary shoot in the 6th frame before we take our commercial break. Gary leaves a stone 10-pin. That should be duck soup for the lefty. If it was a 7-pin,
You better make his 10 pins.
Yeah, if it was a 7-pin, he might have a problem.
Now there's a 1-pin difference after 5 frames. Kermit and Gary have picked up the difference in handicap and lead by 1 pin.
They cover the 10-pin. They being Kermit Justice. We'll be back in just a moment.
Bowling this week, we're in Limerick, PA, and with me now is Mark Roth. Mark, what got you interested in bowling originally?
Well, I watched them build a bowling center 3 blocks from my house, so I watched them put it together, and when it finally finished, I went to bowl.
Did you bowl in the junior program?
Yes, I did.
How many years?
Oh, 4.
What was your? Do you remember what your average was the first year?
About 156, some 150s.
And what was it your final year as a junior?
197.
What got you interested in going on the pro tour?
I bowled local tournaments at home and local scratch tournaments, bowled scratch leagues, bowled for action, and I bowled for money. I bowled good. I figured, let me give it a shot.
A number of house bowlers average 220, 230, and they say, oh, I know, I see those guys on TV and they bowl 180 or 190. I know I can beat them. What do you think would happen to them if they came out here?
They would average about 150, 160. Most of the conditions at home are very easy. Lane conditions are easy. Averages are about 25 pins to 30 inflated. They come out here and we're bowling on a condition where it's not a block, there's no wall. You got to make good shots. If you don't make good shots, the scores aren't there. And these amateurs, you know, I don't think they could even average 175 out here.
Mark, we appreciate you being on the show today, and we'll be right back with more of the Bowlers Gazette right after this.
Go. Back to complete our championship match in the child adult Scotch doubles here at First Aid Lanes. 9-year-old Jamie Campbell. Jamie lets it fly, and after a couple of frames of just managing to pick off the 7-pin.
For 9 years old, Len, his timing and his approach and his form is excellent.
Yes,
I mean,
it is.
He can be refined, but he has, you can see he started properly.
And he's bowling not with an 8-ounce ball, but with a 10-ounce ball. And Daddy can't take out that 610. And the Campbells, Jamie and Wayne, have fallen behind. They had a handicap advantage, but that's been eaten up. And Jamie leaves 3 for his daddy. They look quite a bit alike.
Yes, they do.
Wayne is a dispatcher for the DuPont Company, bowls in the Friendship League. Been bowling about 15 years. 16-pound ball. And he is going to ride by and cover just a 6-spin.
Sometimes those spares just seem beyond reach, and It's tough when it happens, but it's wonderful to see the adults out bowling with the juniors.
Well, I think that's a lot more fun than some of your mixed league competition or your scratch league competition. Kids are a lot of fun to bowl with. And there will be more child adult Scotch double competitions coming up. Uh-oh. Kermit left it and Gary went, oh my. Could hear him all the way over where we're sitting. Go for two, Gary.
I like
think
the
that's what
smile
Kermit
on
probably
Kermit's
said.
face after he left it.
I'll tell you, if this were intense league competition, I don't think Kermit would be smiling like that because he's an intense young bowler.
Yes.
Here is Jamie Campbell. Jamie is a member of DABA, the Delaware Amateur Bowling Association. Wayne averages right around the 160 range. Does my heart good to see somebody bowling a la Don Carter, though. Takes me back.
Yes, it does. He's ahead of the ball, and he just can't seem to get the lift and the thrust across the line with the ball, so he's losing his direction on those spares.
Here is Jamie Campbell. He studies it all the way down and leaves a big split. 5-10. And let's see if Dad can cover it. He is going to ride strong on the 5-pin and take it out. This match has been tucked away for about a frame or so by this young fellow right here, Kermit Justice, and his partner, Gary Trumbore. Kermit studies, fires. Uh-oh, washout time.
He was trying to make the ball do something special, like get 10 pins instead of just concentrating on his mark and stroke.
Gary leaves that 4-pin. And we are moving into the 10th frame of our championship match. Let me give you a rundown on how some of the others fared in the tournament. Stephanie Merrick and Ted Merrick finished in 8th place. Chucky Beathard and Joe Petrucci were in 7th place. Chuck teamed with Gary to finish in 6th place. Kermit also was a top finisher with Bruce Smith. They came in 5th. And Jim Johnson Jr. and Brian Johnson, Jimmy's younger brother, in 4th place. Jamie Campbell and Wayne Campbell, bowling here in the finals, defeated Ray and Clarence Artwell to move into the championship match against Gary and Kermit. And here is Gary Trumbore. Kermit getting the first strike in the 10th frame. Gary leaves the 5-pin. Duck soup for Kermit.
Okay, with the spare, Gary and Kermit will have a 176, and the best that Jamie and Wayne could do if they struck out would be 171.
No problem with that 5-pin. But we're going to watch young Jamie. Jamie didn't list the school that he goes to, but he lives on Kentucky Avenue with Mom and Dad in Wilmington. Gets 9. Leaves that 7-pin. Looks back to see maybe it fell late. No, who knows? You get that to happen once in a while.
Never turn your back.
No. Mark Roth learned that the hard way. He made the 7-10 on national TV and didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
And the spare is covered. But
Wayne
Gary,
says, thanks heavens, he made the spare.
he's had it rough. Look at that look of determination. He walks back as he knows he's only going to pick up 4 or 5 pins. Our final here with the handicap, it is 176 to 144. Harry Trumbore and Kermit Justice are the winners. We'll be back to make our presentations in just a moment. Well, we are back now to make our trophy presentations in the TV2 Child Adult Scotch Doubles competition. And our runner-up team is Jamie Farr and Dad, Jamie Campbell. I just rearranged your name, but you're Jamie Campbell, 9 years old. Jamie, for all of our viewers out there, and especially the young girls, where do you go to school?
Marbrook.
Marbrook? Is that down in the Newark area?
Up by Price's Corner, sort of.
Out by Price's Corner. And you're in the what grade? Fourth grade, fifth grade?
Fifth.
Fifth grade. And I understand that you would have done a little better if your dad had been listening to you. Is that true? You were trying to tell him?
Yeah.
And he wouldn't pay any attention to you. Pardon?
Should have listened to him.
Dad says I should have been listening to you. You always got to listen to your kids. Kids say the strangest things, but 9 times out of 10 they're right. I want to ask you just a little bit about yourself, Jamie. Do you like football and basketball and all that?
Yeah.
You have a favorite football team?
Nah, not really.
Not really. You follow the Eagles? You like the Eagles?
Sort of.
They're all right, huh? How about Newark High School or the football teams down in that area?
I don't know any of them.
You're a baseball player?
Yeah.
Do you play Little League Baseball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. I have a TV2 trophy for you. You can put that in your room. And Wayne, we have a bigger plaque. We're going to give both. These are our runner-up awards. I forgot. We have changed things around here on TV2, but we have a trophy for you as well. And next time the Campbells are on TV, I look for them to be coming out on top.
And I just want to say, Jamie, I thought you did very well for only being bowling 1 year. And don't be too hard on Dad, because I know he was trying with all his heart. What was the advice you gave him?
I told him he wasn't hooking and he wouldn't believe me.
Well, I think he believes you now.
Wayne, I've got...
He's been watching me bowl long enough, and he knows. He knows when the ball's hooking and when it isn't hooking.
That's
Wayne,
true.
Wayne, you've been bowling about 15 years, and I mentioned it on the show that...
Put it this way, I've been bowling at it. For 15 years.
But you must have been bowling long enough that you remember Don Carter, because you've got that Don Carter swing.
Yeah, well, I'll tell my brother that.
Okay, well,
Nice
if
talking
we
to
can
you.
have the Campbells excused, and we'll bring up our championship team. The winners in our Child Adult Scotch Doubles competition, young Kermit Justice. Kermit, you're a ham. You looked at that TV camera and said, I'm going to throw nothing but strikes, didn't you?
Yep.
You did a pretty good job there. You love bowling. I know you're in here at First 8 Lanes all the time bowling, and I believe you have aspirations to go on and do big things in bowling, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Maybe the Pro Tour?
I like to beat Earl Anthony.
Oh, he wants to beat Earl Anthony. Oh, nothing, he does. Why not shoot for something big? I mean, like, Earl Anthony. Gary, the child adult competition, I've got to ask you, it seems to me that this is one area that the TV2 tournaments have done very, very well with. It must be that the parents or the grown-ups want to bowl with the kids.
Well, it's really the kids. They really want to get out and bowl. Now, they can bowl with mom and dad or a friend. That's what they want to do.
Well, Rita, I'll let you make the presentations.
Well, it's certainly my pleasure, and I'm very proud to present you with the TV2 champion plaque, Mr. Justice.
How many
Thank
do you
you,
have
sir.
of those?
He's lining his wall. I
was
don't
gonna
need
say,
wallpaper.
He's got a couple, doesn't he?
And Gary, you did a fine job. You do a fine job with Bowler's Gazette, and you certainly do a beautiful job with the junior programs, and I hope it continues. Congratulations.
All right, our championship team of the TV2 Scotch Doubles, the child adult version, bowled here at First 8 Lanes.